You're watching ABC 36, Good Day Kentucky, with Doug and Lisa High and meteorologist Dylan Godet.
Hey friends, welcome back in the Mythos Experience at Paul Laurence Dunbar High School. Now this is an immersive journey. It engages each student at their own energy source. They encourage self-expression through reflection and connection.
This experience explores the profound relationship between art, mindfulness, and the human condition. So with us now is Paul Laurence art teacher Jamie Preptit and Seth Tuska, studio director for Tuska. Thank you so much, first of all, for stopping in today. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
So let me start off by asking, what inspired the Mythos exhibit that you're doing and the process that you're doing with the students, and how did the philosophy of Tuska influence that?
I mean, I think it started with his dad.
Look, my father asked me to share his life. He taught at the University of Kentucky for 35 years. For those that may not know him, you may see some of his sculptures around town. But he was really rather quiet unless you were in his class. 35 years at UK.
Wow.
He passed away 26 years ago. So, but I was with him at the end, and I asked him what he wanted. How did he want to be remembered? And he asked me to share his life as an educator. Fast forward to today. I have put together this Mythos program. Why Mythos? It's a story. It's a Greek meaning story. This is just one man's story. Very few people know about him, including not a single student at Dunbar had ever heard of him.
Wow.
So what this is an ability to bring my father's story about the human condition and what it means to be human through his own life and the story of my mother, who is just as important to this. So it's a capsule of this life surrounded by a sculpture which is supposed to represent you. Every person that comes to this is the energy source. That's your energy. What we're trying to do is see if this man's story can empower you to think about yourself, and that's how this started.
Oh, I love that.
And Jamie, thank you for finding this relationship and bringing it to your students, to our children. I mean, very, very important work.
It is.
What's your goal as an educator, as an art instructor? What's your hope that your students walk away from this experience with?
I mean, I'm always thinking of teaching the whole kid, not just art, but their social emotional learning, and just getting them to think deeper, critical thinking. Where have I been? Where am I now and where am I going is the main theme in this that I'm just really trying to ingrain and get them to think about.
Are you concerned sometimes when you see young people not having those questions right at the forefront?
Well, I feel like they were sometimes they're startled by big questions. And I mean, sometimes I'll get silly answers like, where am I now? I'm at school. Where do I want to go home?
Lunch.
Yeah, lunch, home, you know, go play with my friends. But whenever you really push and just make them think, like, I mean, having them look at the art, experience that, and then have them think about these deeper questions, we do get deeper answers than the simple ones.
Now, I have a question. Have you been surprised by some of the students' reaction to the art?
I have been. We had them write some of their responses down. And I mean, sometimes they can't verbalize, or maybe they would be embarrassed by having this deep level of thinking among their peers. But some of the responses are amazing.
Well, that's encouraging.
Yes.
That's exciting. And it's got to be inspiring for you to see your father's work, his legacy continuing and influencing young minds.
Well, it certainly pleases me to no end that his call to me to share his life and how this is affecting, and I want to clone this young lady here. She's been perfect to work with because we feel that this can be in anywhere. If you reflect in your life, this is something for you.
Fantastic.
So where do you want to see this moving forward?
Well, I'll put in the rest of the high schools in Lexington. We'll start with that.
There we go.
I mean,
seriously, it's really for any group. I mean, even you all. And your team.
I was going to say,
you're the energy
I'm a little
source.
envious of the students here because I'd like to experience this as well. And this is art doing what art is supposed to do.
I want it. Don't think of it as art. It's what the art can do for you. And it's really an opportunity for you to just immerse yourself in this. And the students come to this with thinking about themselves, and that's the whole idea. So it's
Yes.
priceless.
Wonderful.
And for high school students in this world we're living now, what a perfect opportunity to really.
And Jamie, your students can continue to experience this. You've got a window of opportunity for them to interact.
Well, I didn't want it to just be my classes. I wanted it to be school-wide. So
Yes.
the exhibition is still set up in a circle form around the sculpture in the
Excellent.
library. It will be through Friday, and I'm hoping that the majority of the students do get to experience it, even if they didn't get to experience it with Seth.
Yes,
Excellent.
yeah, absolutely. Where can people find out more information about the exhibit too?
Tuska.com.
Okay.
Perfect.
Wonderful. Well, thank you to both of you for
Thank you.
coming in
Thank you.
today. And thank you for all your hard work in the school system too with our
Excellent
kids. We appreciate
partnership.
it.
This
Yes.
is what it's
All
all
right.
about.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Glad
you.
you all
Thank
found
you.
one another.
I know.
And if you're, go ahead.
We're back after
Sorry.
this, gang. Stick around.